From the panel's hosts then to our group chats now.
We'll be giving you conversations that will make you think, assess, and get to know on a personal level your political newsmaker personalities.
We are honored to have a guest this morning, the lone district representative of Navotas, Congressman Toby Tiangco.
Boss, welcome.
Yes, Sec Nani. Sec Edwin, ha?
Maraming salamat, pinauna ka. Nagkita kami sa airport doon. So kaya I took advantage of his presence. That's why I said, baka pwede ka.
Yeah, sure.
Ang problema kay Kong Toby, hindi pala problema, ang problema yung show natin, maaga.
Ang aga, 8 o'clock di ba? So, gigising ka na maaga, tapos biyahe pa.
Correct. Ano mo, Kong Toby, we'll just ask you very straight. We have so many questions for you today. You raised concern on how power is concentrated within the House. Anong ibig mo sabihin nun?
Hindi, yung nakaraan, di ba?
Okay.
Noong 2025, previous to 2025, 2022 to 2025, talagang concentrated yung power doon sa House.
Specifically kanino?
Kay Speaker Martin Romualdez noon at kay Chairman Saldico.
But isn't that also the pattern na yan noon pa? The power is really residing with the Speaker and the upper head?
Hindi ganun eh. Kasi tingnan mo ha, Sec Edwin. Kung ito ang first time na nagkaroon ng speaker na pinsang buo ng presidente. So, kung may sinabi ang speaker sa kahit sinong cabinet secretary na ganito, pwede mo bang tanongin yung presidente na, Sir, na-clear ba to? Na-clear ba to sa inyo? Sino ang kayo naging cabinet secretary kayo dati. Sino maglalakas ng loob, di ba? Hindi katulad nung hindi siya kamag-anak ng presidente, you will have the courage to clear with the president.
So
Sir,
you give a presumption kaagad dahil kamag-anak, ang sinabi ni Speaker galing kay Presidente.
no, even if hindi sabihin, you will not have the courage to
say na,
to ask,
no?
diba?
To doubt.
Kasi baka maipit ka sa gitna, di ba?
So that's something of a weakness na you think the Speaker and the President should not be related to a certain
Hindi,
degree?
yun yung perception. It's not whether they are related or not. It's how much they flex their powers, di ba?
That also.
Yun naman yung...
And you really felt that power was flexed by Speaker Romualdez?
Yes, in the first few years, di ba makikita naman natin, di ba, there are even rumors na sinasabi ng aba that he's actually the one running the show. Di ba ganun yung mga unang usapan nino? It's not because they're related, but I mean, Boji is not a relative. Pero makikita naman natin yung pagka-low profile ni Boji compared to kay former Speaker Martin. No? Assuming that Speaker Boji is a first cousin, hindi naman niya reflects yung the same powers that the former Speaker was flexing. So there's a personality involved also.
I have to ask you this question because you're also somewhat related by affinity to the Romualdez. No? But you're mentioning this weakness of the structure right now, but for the past 3 years, you kept quiet.
No, this all started, di ba? Let's go back. I became very vocal about it nung nakita kong may support doon sa presidente, doon sa zona niya, di ba?
Okay.
That's when I started
Ito yung last year na zona.
Yeah, last year na zona,
Okay.
di ba? Kasi for the record, even if you check my congressional records, I've been independent all this time, di ba? Then for a while, parang wala naman mangyayari dito kung questioning ko ulit yung budget kasi independent ako, mag-isa lang ako. Nabuhayan lang ulit ako ng loob nung nagsalita si Presidente nung mahiya kayo.
Kung Toby, so ibig sabihin, prior to the 2025 budget, you already have some concerns on the previous budgets.
Yes, no offense meant, no? Sec Edwin, it was during the time of President Pinoy that I was first a congressman, yung unang term ko. 2012 budget going to the 2013 budget and 2013 going to the 2014 budget. I already said na may reservations ako doon sa budget process.
You were opposition, di ba?
No, I was independent.
Independent?
I started out as majority, then after 1 year, hindi tayo nagkasundo doon sa Corona impeachment. And when I testified for Corona, I was not removed. I voluntarily resigned. No, I hope you don't take this personally.
No, I don't.
I'm very open about it.
Question lang, to what political party do you belong? May local party ba kayo sa...
Local party ang ginagamit ko lagi. Every time I run, local party ang ginagamit ko.
So, pagdating sa Congress, you maintain your stance as an independent or align with
Yes, we just
parties.
align. So, noong 2010, since I was the Vice President of PMP nung kay ERAP,
Yes.
and they aligned with Pinoy.
Right.
So, nag-align muna
Nag-align
ako.
mo.
Tapos nung hindi kami nagkasundo doon sa impeachment, pasensya na, prinsipyo yon.
Yeah.
Ako nag-voluntary
Question lang,
resign.
nakalimutan ko na, you testified pala sa impeachment, nakalimutan ko na.
Yeah, di ba? Kasi
Ay, on the vote, yung pagkuha ng boto ba? Nung, what did you testify
Hindi,
on?
kasi di ba ang nangyari noon, hindi, mabilisan yun, di ba?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
mabilisan yun. So, hindi ako pumirma, and they asked me why I didn't sign. Yun.
Okay.
Yeah. It
One
was the
day lang
process.
yun, alam ko eh.
Yes.
Nung panahon ni Kunyan, Justice Corona.
Yes,
Justice-
Corona
Chief
yun,
Justice,
Corona,
Chief
Corona.
Justice.
Chief Justice.
So, yun. So, nung hindi ako pumirma, the next day, I resigned from the majority.
You know, you are a well-known political family sa...
Hindi, contrary to what people think, I'm first generation.
Oh!
There was no politician before
Before you.
me.
Businessman kayo sa Navotas.
Businessman kami.
You're
Both
one of the
mother-
biggest fishing, di ba?
We were in the fishing.
But your brother is now the mayor.
Yes.
So, this is a tricky question kasi anti-political dynasty.
Oo.
What is your stand
Yes.
sa anti-political
Hindi,
dynasty?
syempre there should be limits, di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng free for all, di ba? The question is, what is the limit?
What is not allowed? That's
Hindi,
what
what,
you're-
up to ilan? Isa lang ba
Consanguinity.
talaga?
Oo.
Isa lang ba per family? Or ang gagawin, tsaka up to what the degree of consanguinity?
There are 17 bills filed ata ngayon, the highest ever in the history of Congress. So iba-iba yung level of consanguinity.
Yes,
May second,
iba-iba.
may third, may fourth. Kinikwento ko nga dati, in the case of local government,
Oo.
we cannot appoint up to fourth.
Yes, correct.
Bawal
Oo.
yon. Yung anti-nepotism bill up to third.
Yes.
Di ba? So, ganun yun. So, when we ask Congressman Elisha, now we're asking you, more or less, what do you favor? By the way, my apologies. Siyempre, si Sandro Marcos at si Boji, nag-file din. ng
Yes,
anti-dynasty bill
correct. Nag-file din sila.
Na parang multi-level eh. Sabay-sabay pwede.
Oo.
So, sa inyo po, what do you think? Personally lang.
Okay.
By the way, he's very, very frank about his opinion, so you don't have to worry about his personal opinion.
Pinopo ko nga, mukhang mas matanda ka.
Hindi.
Mas matanda ka talaga.
Pinakamatanda ka dito para malinaw
Hindi,
lang.
ganito,
Ikaw
no?
dapat nga pinopo dito.
Okay, ganito, no? So, unang-una, yun, for the record, first generation ako. Okay?
I just want to add something na.
Yeah.
One of the biggest fishing companies, pero hindi siya big fish na hinahabol natin sa flood control.
Alam mo, nagpaparinig lang yan. Humingi ng discount na bumili ng isda sa inyo. Yun lang ang gusto sabihin niya. Kapares, pasarin, 2 beses na eh.
Hindi, so...
Balik natin sa dynasty
Hindi,
bill.
balik na. Hindi, para makita lang yung dynamics.
Isama mo na rin ako
Hindi,
sa
dapat
discount.
lang siguro maintindihan bakit
Yeah.
nagkaroon ng dynasty.
Yes.
Paano ba na... ito personal opinion, I
Yes,
could be wrong, no? So, okay. First of all, first generation ako. Nung pumasok ako
Yes.
dyan, I was 30 years old. Galit na galit yung tatay ko.
30 as mayor or?
As vice mayor, then the mayor died,
Okay.
then I assume. So
Okay.
galit na galit yung tatay ko sa akin. Sabi niya sa akin, bakit ka papasok niyan, madumi yung politika? I had 2 reasons. Sabi ko, number 1, kaya ako papasok dyan, hindi naman dahil madumi yung politika. Kahit anong, it's how you do it. Di ba?
Right.
Pwedeng maging malinis yung politika kung gagawin mo ng maayos. Kahit anong profession mo, kung hindi mo gagawin ng maayos, magiging madumi rin.
Correct.
Number 1 yun. 3 reasons pala. Number 2, sabi ko sa kanya noon, tayo bilang negosyante, nagko-complain tayo about government. Kung bibigyan ka ng pagkakataon na maging part ng solution at tinanggihan mo, let us never complain again.
Correct.
So nung ako'y nagkaroon ng tsansa na tumakbo, yun yung sinabi ko na kung may tsansa ako tumakbo at hindi ko tatanggapin yung tsansa na tumakbo, tayong pamilya, wag na tayong magreklamo sa kahit anong bagay sa gobyerno. Kasi binigyan tayo ng pagkakataon na maging part ng solusyon, tinanggihan natin. Number 3, sabi ko, 30 lang ako. So kung hindi ko magustuhan yan, after 3 years, 33 ako, pwede pa ako ng career. So ang nangyari nun, so nung tumakbo ko, 2007, hindi kami sabay ni Ricky
Sandoval.
ng term ng pagtapos ng term.
Iisa pa ata yung distrito ng dati.
Iisa pa lang. And Ricky is my very good friend. Di ba? Pero nagkalaban kami sa politika.
As Congress?
Hindi, as mayor.
As
Kasi
mayor?
natapos siya ng 2007 as congressman.
Tumakbo siya mayor.
Linabanan niya ako ng mayor. So nung natapos ako ng 2010 as mayor, naisip ko, kung lalabanan ako ulit ng congressman, ang hirap, di ba? So, kinausap ko yung kapatid ko na tumakbo. Yun yung history. So, what I'm trying to say is, of course, I'm not proposing term limit. Sinasabi ko lang, kung walang term limit, hindi kami nagkalaban ni Ricky.
Yeah.
Then, mag-isa lang akong politiko sa pamilya. At si Ricky, mananatiling congressman. So baka kaya kami naging dalawa. Yun yung reason. Diba?
Now we are here. Kasi the Constitution mandates na kailangan gumawa yung Kongreso ng batas.
Yes.
Anti-dynasty bill. Yun lang naman. So,
yung kay Egay, actually medyo practical yung kay Egay. Yung kay Egay, dalawa eh.
two,
diba? Kaya dati ko pa binibiro si Egay. Sabi ko, Egay, palitan mo yung title. Gawin mong anti-dynasty. Kasi payag ka sa two eh. Diba? So, palitan natin
In
yan,
fact, actually,
anti-dynasty.
yun ang umabante. Panahon ni Pino yun eh. Medyo umabante ng konti yun eh. But,
Hindi kasi
compared to
dapat
the
ganito, maging practical tayo. Dapat balansehin natin yung kailangan ng batas at yung tsansang
pumasa.
Okay, ideal yung isa. Ideal yon. Papasa ba o hindi?
Even I doubt it.
Hindi, kaya nga. So anong buti nung sasabihin nating isa na hindi papasa kaysa mag-give and take ng konti, dalawa o kung ano man.
Yung proposal ata ni Kong Egay is one national, one local.
Yes, yan ang
And
sinasabi
Congress is considered as national.
No, I think he considered Congress as
Local?
di ba?
National.
National.
Local,
okay.
mayor, governor, gano'n.
Okay, governor.
Yung kila Boji kasi medyo, tama sabi ni Nani, parang multi-level. Parang it appears to be an anti-political dynasty, but it propagates and perpetuates political dynasty.
Hindi, yun ang problema doon, di ba? Yun ang problema eh. I mean, on the part of Boji, not that I'm defending him, malaking sakripisyo yun, ha? Because I think they're 14.
Walo.
Hindi. They're more. They're 14 siguro ngayon
Okay, ang dami nila.
kung hanggang 4th degree, ha?
Yes,
Kung hanggang 4th degree, baka 14 sila. So matitira sa kanila doon since wala silang national, 4 na lang. Pero syempre, sa mata ng tao, parang ang dami naman yata.
So,
diba?
wala kang political dynasty and yet you appear to be sympathetic
No,
to political...
meron. Because magkapatid kami.
Ngayon lang yan. But when you started, ikaw lang mag-isa, di ba?
Pero ngayon, we have to admit, whether we like it or not, na doon sa definition ng tao, sa tingin ng tao, political dynasty kami dalawa.
Ang tawag dyan, Finn dynasty. Kasi ang fat kasi are the likes of, more than 4 or 5. Ang tanong ko lang, Kong, because it's the son of the president at saka si speaker ang nag-file nung bill na yun, is that now the administration bill?
No, actually, nung some people were asking me if I could co-author, parang mahirap i-co-author eh. Kasi parang 5 eh. Parang ang hirap
Based on 7 or 8 actually.
No, 5.
No. Binilang ni Egay eh.
Paano magiging 7?
Pati barangay captain ata sinama.
Hindi.
Hindi, kasi yung ginawa yung Congress kasi na local. Hindi
ganito.
national.
Okay. Ang kanya is isang national. Binasa ko eh. Isang national which means isang presidente, vice president, or senador.
Yes.
Okay? Isang...
Governor, mayor.
Hindi, isang House of Representatives. Okay? Isang probinsya, governor, vice governor, or board member. Isang city mayor, isang city, isang municipality. So, 5 dapat. Ang magiging problema, anong interpretation mo sa congressman?
Yes.
Sa buong kongreso ba, out of the 318, isa lang ba? Kung isa, 5 lang yon maximum, di ba? Pero kung interpretation mo, per district isa, talaga naman isa lang ang dadami yun. Dadami
Pero
yun.
on the other hand, di ba, yung mga political dynasties, start with one town or one city. Pag hindi na sila kasya, lumilipat sa ibang
Hindi,
cities.
yun ang sinasabi ko. Ang mangyayari, baka mag-invade ng
ibang bayan.
ng ibang bayan.
But do you agree, there are like 17 bills, do you agree at some point Congress has to come up with an anti-political dynasty bill at this Congress dahil malaking ang galit sa political dynasty ng tao because of all these mga related interests eh?
No, we have to, I don't know, we have to accept the reality that iba ang pananaw ng local politicians. I consider kasi yung Congress local kasi may constituency ka di ba?
Kasi doon single district.
Oo, doon kasi
Lone district.
ang isip ng tao is natutulungan ba ako ng
yes. I
Derek,
saw your interview.
diba?
I saw your interview one time kay Pinky. You were mentioning kasi kaka-approve na nung budget.
Iba ang basihan nila ng pagboto doon sa lokal na napupuntahan nila,
Correct.
naabot nila. doon sa national na hindi naman nila inaasahan na magkakaroon ng pagkakataon na makakahingi sila ng tulong doon. So dito, prinsipyo, personada, dito,
personal.
sino ang nakatulong sa akin, sino maaasahan ko. So different eh.
Although ito theoretical lang, if it happened na yung Constitution limited already from the very beginning, yung political dynasties, posibleng iba yung nakasanayan din ng tao.
Posibleng iba yung nakasanayan. Tama.
Di ba?
Tama ka.
Kasi
Tama ka.
in that sense, dapat may political opportunity.
Tama.
Fair. Ngayon, ang problema, because naka-ingrain, di ba? At mayroon naman pakinabang directly yung mga tao, nakakaboto naman ng kursunado nila, so baka mahirap distrongkahin. That's what you're saying.
Yes, because parang ano yan eh. Conversely, if you will understand, di ba kaya nga kami, yung kahit na malakas yung politiko, hindi naman niya maipangako yung presidente mananalo sa lugar niya eh. Because iba ang basehan. Ito, parang binoto ka na namin kasi natutulungan mo kami. Kaya lang ito, kursunada namin to eh, di ba?
Ilang beses ako napahiya niya.
Kursunada namin.
Ang dami nating pag-uusapan.
Kursunada namin.
Natawa ako sa description lang. I totally agree with you.
Hindi mo mapapangako na
totally agree.
Iba na yung panahon ngayon eh.
Let's talk about the Let's talk about something else, Kong Toby.
Kasi it's not based on whether mapuntahan ko yung presidente.
Oo.
Kursunada ko yan eh.
At saka basta may tulay ako kay presidente. Ikaw yung tulay eh.
Hindi, kahit ikaw yung tulay, iba pa rin eh.
Iba pa rin, yes.
Iba pa rin.
Let's talk about the impeachment. The last time, yung away niyo with Speaker Martin Romualdez came to the top when it came to the impeachment of Sara Duterte last year. And then there was something about FLR yata na gustong i-release. Ang sinabi mo kay Speaker, wag mo i-release yan, matatalo tayo sa...
No. It wasn't like that. Hindi ganun yun.
What was the discussion all about? Parang doon nag-umpisa yung parang naging public yung feud mo with Speaker Romualdez.
Hindi, okay. Doon sa... Okay, ganito. Simulan natin doon sa 2025 budget. Diba?
Correct.
Doon sa 2025 budget, nagkaroon ng insertions.
Right.
Di ba? So, ang ganawa ni Presidente BBM noon, unlike now na may binito siya, is may konti siyang line veto, pero yung in-insert doon sa DPWH, hindi niya na-veto ng buo.
Correct.
Okay. Pagdating nung January 2025, hiningan niya kasi syempre nagtuturo, di ba, pag insertion, sasabihin ng House, Senate gumawa niyan.
Yeah.
Sabi ng Senate, hindi, House ang gumawa niyan. So, ang nangyari noon, pina-hold niya lahat ng DPWH insertions.
Okay.
Ang sabi niya kay Cheese tsaka kay Speaker Martin, bigay niyo yung insertions niyo.
Okay.
So si Cheese, January 2025, within 3 days binigay. Natawag ko sa meeting March 24, 2024. Kasi 5 days na lang magsisimula na yung campaign period. Wala pang sinasubmit
Si Martin.
yung House nung insertions na pinasok nila.
Okay.
Pinasok nila. So, nung nangyari yon, doon ako pinatawag at pinapahingi sa akin sa House yung listahan ng insertions. So, yun ang pinagsimulan ngayon. Tungkol doon sa impeachment,
Ang sinabi mo, if I am not mistaken, parang binayaran yung mga congressmen.
ang sabi ko noon is because na-hold yung FLR.
FLR, yes.
Okay, na 209 billion. Sabi ko, ang duda ko noon, yung mga nagbenta ng projects ay pinilit yung impeachment para later on, yun ang sasabihin nilang dahilan kay Presidente na dapat mong i-release yung FLR dahil naipangako namin sa mga congressman.
Correct.
And which really happened, which I was proven correct.
Wow.
Kasi nung kausap ko si JJ Suarez tsaka si Dong Gonzales, March 25, ang unang sabi nila sa akin, please convince the President na ma-release yung FLR. Sabi ko, bakit? Sabi niya una, may namuhunan na dyan. Nung sinagot ko sila, bakit may namuhunan? Bakit ang pinuhunan yung political capital ng Presidente? Yeah. Sabi niya, paano yan na pangako namin yan sa mga pumirma doon sa impeachment na i-release yung FLR?
Again, gito.
So kasi it doesn't make sense, Hernani, pareho naman tayong galing sa Congress.
Yes.
Alam natin yung
Sayang
kalendaryo.
hindi sila pang-abot eh.
Alam natin
Masaya sana.
Alam natin yung kalendaryo, di ba?
Yes.
Ikaw mag-explain sa akin, anong logic na magpapapirma ka ng impeachment ng Feb 5, alam mo, June 2 pa ang resumption. Anong logic?
Well, actually, look, I'll put it in this context.
Okay.
Unang-una, sabi ni Pangulong Marcos, there will be no impeachment.
Okay.
Di ba sinabi niya initially?
Oo.
Then nagka-impeachment.
Oo.
Di ba? Tapos there were several impeachment cases that were filed.
Oo.
At itong huli, ito yung pinaka-controversial. Yung pinapirmahan.
Yung hinabol.
Kasi 215 congressmen ata, diretso sa plenary.
Yes.
Hindi na dumaan sa committee.
Yes.
And in doing so, ang kwento sa media, which I'm glad you're now confirming, na may umikot, may nangako, may nagkapalitan ng resources. In that sense. Di ba? So, to me, the timing was bad. Pa-eleksyon eh.
Hindi, kaya nga, why will you do it pa-election? At alam mong hindi itatakil ng Senate until after the elections.
Yes,
so walang logic
Walang
kung
logic.
hindi yung pera talaga.
So my question to you right now is this. It happened during the last impeachment. May bagong impeachment darating ngayon.
Okay.
Do you think the same thing will happen again?
Hindi, walang FLR ngayon eh.
Wala nang FLR.
Wala nang FLR ngayon eh.
But at some point, may hingian pa rin yan sa mga congressmen because they have to be incentivized to sign the impeachment eh.
They will have to be incentivized. Yes, correct. Yes, correct.
So, diba?
You were frustrated sa result ng midterm elections. I heard you speak eh. One, you pointed out the issue of yung impeachment and the arrest of President Duterte.
Hindi, pero magkaiba yun eh.
Magkaiba, but yung timing kasi before the elections.
Hindi lang yon. Ang sinasabi ko noon is yung impeachment, it was totally within our control. Yung pagpadala doon kay President Duterte, there are external forces.
Yes,
number one. Number two, yung parang yung sequence na una, in-impeach mo si Sarah, tapos pinadala mo yung tatay sa Hague, parang may masamang bala kayo dito sa pamilya. Hindi, di ba? Hindi isa lang eh. Hindi isa lang eh.
Ito muna. It will all go at some point to why did you make statements implicating Martin Romualdez and former Saldico in the flood control corruption issues? But before you answer that, the spokes will return after a short break. And the spokes is back still with Congressman Toby Tiangco. Ang dami natin may init na mga kwento. Magandang una natin narinig to kay Congressman Toby. So the question was, why did you implicate former Speaker Martin Romualdez and Saldico on the flood control corruption issues? Ba't sila talaga yung...
Hindi, because I knew about it. Because sinabi ko na nga, at one time, towards the 2024 budget, nadidinig ko na yung bentahan eh.
Okay.
ng project, diba? Kung gusto mo na additional, over and above your NEP and over and above yung nakuha mong request na dagdag, pag humingi ka, may 20%.
Tanong ko lang, did the congressman that you spoke to really point to Martin and Saldico?
Hindi.
Sorry sabi niya kasi may 20% eh. Kanino na pupunta yung 20%?
Hindi,
Pag humingi ka ng dagdag.
Hindi, kay Saldi. Kasi ang nangyari
bentahan kasi yung term eh.
Bentahan eh. So
ang narinig ko nga, may rediscounting pa nga si Saldi ginagawa eh.
Paano rediscount?
Parang yung binibenta na yung
Yun
project.
yun. 20%.
Yun yung 20%. So
Right.
pag humingi ka ng extra allocation over and above what was given to you, o kunya nakakuha ka ng konting extra, di ba tayo minsan gusto natin mas maraming project sa distrito?
Yes.
So yung iba, napipilitan na magbayad. Tsaka maraming nakabili, contractor. Ang masakit nun, contractor bumibili at 20%. Congressman, bibili ka at 20%. Never in the time of Congress. Dati, alam naman natin yan, it was a political tool, di ba? Kung malapit ka sa kusina, may additional ka. But never...
Na ganong sistema.
Pero ikaw, naging congressman ka.
At naging pamangkin ako ng presidente.
Hindi, sisip-sip ka, pag medyo malakas ka, bibigyan ka ng additional, pero hindi ka magbabayad.
Pero Toby, tanong ko lang.
And there's a legal way to do that.
Yung tanong ko lang, yung panahon ni Pinoy, soft ang hinahabol nila na policies. Soft
PDAF.
projects to PDAF to Pero paano nangyari naging hard projects? Flood control specifically ang
It's not
source of
specific
corruption.
to flood control. Basta, because hindi naman nasabihin, ikaw nang bahala mamili kung ano yung gagawin mong proyekto. Basta bibili ka ng alokasyon.
Who's saying that? Sino ikaw na bahala?
Hindi, yan yung usapan eh. So, ang ginawa ko noon, lumapit ako, siyempre ayoko naman magbayad kasi hindi ko kayang sabihin dun sa district engineer na may 20 yan.
Minus 20 na yan.
Kasi akong pagdududahan, di ba? Sabihin,
yes.
ikaw yan. So, ang ginawa ko, lumapit ako sa tingin ko, hindi siya bibigyan ng taripa.
Oo.
So, sabi niya sa akin, sabi ko, maliit lang to 200 million for the 2024 kasi gusto ko matapos na yung project this year. Ayoko ng next year ulit, may multi-year. So bumalik siya sa akin after a few weeks. O meron kasi, kaya lang, presyong kamag-anak. 10% na lang sa'yo.
Presyong
Hindi
kapatid.
hindi na 20%. So sabi ko, wag na lang, hindi ko kaya sabihin doon sa district engineer yan, baka mamaya ako pagdudahan. And then, nung nagkagulo-gulo na, tinawag ako ni Martin. Sabi niya, ano ba to? Sabi ko, alam mo, Speaker, never ako nagreklamo sa'yo, never ako lumapit sa'yo. Pero since nagtanong ka, ganito yung nangyari sa akin. Na-disappoint lang ako doon sa sagot niya. Instead na patawag niya si Saldi, ano to? Sabi niya sa akin, dapat dumiretso ka na lang sa akin. So, di ba?
Wow.
So, ang sabi ko noon, Speaker, hindi naman ako humingi ng exemption eh. Kung patakaran, yan yung patakaran. Kung hindi ko kaya, hindi ako susunod. Kaya ko lang naman report sa'yo, ikaw nagtatanong sa akin kung anong alam ko.
Look, tricky question, Kong. You may or may not answer this. Sa project, ilang porsyento yung naiiwan na lang para sa project? Based on what you're telling us now.
You took out 20%. Yan, that only goes to the...
Doon sa may 20%?
Yes.
Hindi, kasi doon sa may 20%. Kasi kunyari, sa amin, wala naman 20%. So talagang lahat yun mapupunta sa project. Pero isipin mo, ang starting point is 20.
Right.
Yung iba, magagaling. Hindi na nila gagawin. I-flip na lang nila, bebenta nila ng 30.
Oh.
Okay.
Kasi di ba, kunyari, ikaw nakabili ka ng 20.
Right.
Eh may kita ka ng G's. So ibebenta ng 30. So ang starting point ka agad
30.
is 30.
Tapos may DPWH pa, yung mga district engineers kumikita
Maliit
pa.
lang yun.
5%
Maliit
yung mga
lang
ganun.
yun. Kaya nga sinasabi, hindi naman sila
So,
yung big fish.
all in all, magkano ang neto
Hindi
na
ko
pupunta?
alam eh.
40%?
Hindi ko talaga alam. Basta ang sigurado ko, 20 or 30 yung starting point.
Point. So 17 lang technical.
Hindi, pero hindi yan ang masama eh. Ang masama is pag bumili ang isang contractor o isang kung sino man, at basta't binili mo yung proyekto, hindi mo bibilin nang hindi mo sisiguraduhin na ikaw ang mananalo.
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin, doon na nagsisimula yung web.
Yung rigging.
Hindi, kasi i-rig mo na yung bid. Pag na-rig mo yung bid, malamang pwede ka nang makiusap na bawasan yung specs. Di ba doon nagsisimula yung buong...
Materials, specs.
Yun ang masama doon eh.
You're familiar with this. Did you ever come to a point to say, I'm going to investigate it. I need to talk to some DPWH officials regarding
Hindi,
this.
kasi kung walang suporta ng presidente, hindi mo magagawa eh. Isipin mo ngayon, may suporta na nga ng presidente, gano'ng katagal yung investigasyon. Isipin mo kung isang congressman ka lang, sabihin mong ano. Kaya nabuhayan lang ako ng loob nung sa SONA, nang sinabi niya, mahiya naman kayo. Doon lang eh.
Pero at any time nung nalaman mo kinausap mo na si Martin, so alam mo may ganitong klaseng lakaran. Did you bring it up to the president?
No. Because out of respect, nung okay pa kami ni Martin, out of respect to the speaker, I would not talk to the president about anything doon sa House. Ibig sabihin, kung may kailangan ka makuhang impormasyon sa House, dapat through Martin. Ang iba yung siya nagtanong sa akin kung...
So, by the way, we've been talking about Martin, who's also a friend of ours.
Hindi, dati close naman kami ni Martin dati.
But your wife is related to Martin. First cousin?
First cousin po.
First cousin. Magkapatid ang magulang nila.
Yes.
And what is now your relationship with Martin or your wife? Is she affected by this?
No, because my wife knows me naman eh.
Wait, your wife is the daughter of?
Conchita Romualdez, yeah.
Yung kapatid nila Beho?
Yes. They're
nila Kokoy, Beho.
Uncle Kokoy, Uncle Beho, Auntie Meldy, Auntie Lita, and my mother-in-law.
So, okay.
No, hindi na siyempre.
Hindi na maganda. Wala na yung mga regular dinners.
Hindi, nandun pa.
Nandun pa rin.
Nandun pa yung iniimbitahan ni BBM, yung pag-Sunday, yung mass. Actually, it's a mass, then we're invited to go.
Okay.
But did you discuss this with your wife na
No, when she heard about it, she was the one who told me na huwag kang sasama dyan, masisira ka.
Okay.
I also heard you or saw you on TV. My job is to protect the president. You said that.
It's not really, Seknani, it's not really to protect the president when he is doing what is wrong. Diba? I think and I believe honestly na wala siyang kinalaman dito. That's why, ang sinasabi ko lang naman is yung katotohanan.
Correct.
Na nangyari, di ba? Yeah. But I also said, kung sinasabing I'm protecting, I'm not really protecting him. I'm saying what is true. But in the same manner, I said na pag naramdaman ko na he is protecting Martin or Saldi, then
Ibang-
maghihiwalay na kami politically.
That's what I wanted
See?
to ask you because there was allegedly you met with the president and you spoke to him and you told him, what are you going to do with Martin? Because if you're going to continue defending Martin,
No, I
aalis
didn't
ako.
speak to him. I was asked in an interview na...
So you never told the president na what are you going to do with Martin? Because if
No,
you
I don't
defend
want
him,
to put, I cannot put the president naman on the spot. Di ba? We respect each other's views, but I cannot just go to him, what will you do with Martin? Hindi naman ganun.
Pero
di
you
ba?
said something about, and you heard the president say it, na, ano ba kayong dalawa?
Hindi, ganito yun eh.
Ilang bahay pa
Hindi,
ang-
ganito yung sitwasyon nun.
Okay.
O, eksaktong-eksakto. After lunch, pinatawag kaming dalawa. Nandyan siya, nandito.
so parang ganito,
Hindi,
triangle.
ganito. May table dyan. So, pinatawag kaming dalawa, nandyan siya, nandyan ako. Ang una sabi niya, ilang bahay ba ang, Martin, kayo ni Saldi, ilang bahay ba ang gusto niyo sa Forbes Park? Gaano karaming aeroplano, helicopter?
that is the president's asking Martin.
Yes, helicopter kailangan nyo. Gaano karaming caviar ang kaya nyong kainin, ilang Ferrari gusto nyo.
Maraming kwento yan eh. Ganun, exactly, I've heard that story.
Yes,
So
and then,
apparently the three of you pala yun.
yes, and then,
Dapat pala ang title nito, exclusive, the inside
Hindi, ito
story.
dapat podcast with, hindi, ang story nito, podcast with Bongbong, Toby, and Martin.
tapos,
Oh, grabe yun,
tapos
grabe yun.
doon niya sinabi na,
Oh, what was the response of
hindi,
Martin?
ang sabi niya, alam mo Martin, wala akong natatanggap dyan. Wala akong nagagawa, then tinuloy na niya, 2 taon na ako dito, wala akong napapagawa dahil kayo ni Saldi, kinukuha niyo yung pera ng Congress.
So he knew.
Yun yung sinabi niya. Tapos may listahan siya ng mga kinuha niya yung cellphone, may listahan siya ng flagship projects na linagay sa unprogram. Itong mga to linagay niyo sa unprogram. Tapos idingit niyo yung mga proyekto niyo. Ang pangako ni Martin noon is, we will return it sa BICAM, which did not happen. Kaya lalo siyang nagalit noong January.
Oh. That made us all silent, by the way.
So when the anomalies were discovered, how did the president react? When the ghost projects were discovered, or went out to media, or may mga nagpa-interview na very lavish lifestyle, how did the president actually reacted to this situation? Did he look at Congress or Martin as the culprit, or paano ba?
Hindi, kasi nung yun, nangyari yun November, di ba?
Okay.
November, so galit na galit siya, then hindi pa rin napasok doon sa BICAM. So parang, di ba, nangako ka na
Toby, did you
ibabalik
realize?
mo,
Boss,
tapos hindi mo binalik, doon na talaga, I think.
Toby, do you realize that you can be summoned to be a witness to any criminal prosecution against Martin?
Okay lang, totoo. I mean, the problem is, when I'm asked a question, I cannot lie. Di ba? I cannot lie. I mean, hindi ko naman ito kinikwento openly. The reason I was forced to this, di ba, lagi kong sinasabi pinagalitan. Pero in detalye, napilitan lang akong ikwento. No, I did not want to discuss it because kung nahandyan ka, parang isip ko nga nun, bakit pa ako sinama dito? Hindi na lang kayong dalawa mag-usap,
Oo
di
nga,
ba?
pagkakasali.
Okay pa kami ni Martin noon, so hindi naman ako maka-excuse. Baka sabihin niya sa akin, bakit mo naman ako
Iniwan.
iniwan doon?
Oo nga, oo
You
nga,
just
oo
made
nga.
the life of Malacanang difficult because, I mean, that means that Super Martin Romualdez must really be prosecuted with the evidence that you have.
So, okay. Bakit ko ba kwinento yung medyo verbatim nung ano na yon? Because I was being interviewed doon sa House media and Saldico came out with this statement na yung kanyang video na may sinabi siya doon na ano ba yun? Sabi ni Martin Romualdez, inutusan siya ni Presidente na bilhin yung 30 tamarind sa Forbes Park at doon magtago ng pera. So nung pinakita sa akin ng House media yon, unfair naman yun sa Presidente kasi hindi naman niya inutos yun. So kailangan ko ikwento yung totoong nangyari. Hindi to voluntary na kwento ko.
Is this the first time that you're telling us about the tripartite
Hindi,
meeting?
noon gano'n na-interview ako.
So how come it's never been raised?
In fact, ang question ko is, how can a Speaker of the House defy a President when it comes to presidential request na i-restore niyo yung budget? Or is it because they're relatives, they're good friends? Hindi ko mag-grasp yung aspeto na yun.
Ang problema kasi, ang problema, di ba, ang impression kay Presidente masyadong mabait eh. Di ba? Maybe...
Probably.
At sa conflict averse ang ano sa kanya, parang... doesn't want to confront people and all that.
No, look, ha,
The description I saw him once that he's an affable person.
yes,
Very affable.
Explain nga affable.
Mabait.
Hindi mabait siya. Even, tingnan mo lang ha, yung pag sinasa, di ba, I think in one interview, he said he was so mad. Pero
Yung galit niya.
iba yung pag tayo nagsabi, I'm so mad.
May dabog yun.
Oo, parang
Pati
sa kanya.
mukha mo, magbabago.
Oo, parang sa kanya, yung I'm so mad, iba mabait eh. I've known him for I'm married for 31 years, so over 30 years. But kaya nga nagulat, at tanda ko pa, pag uwi ko, ang sabi ko doon sa wife ko, paglabas namin doon, pag uwi, sabi ko kay Michelle, nagagalit pala yun, tsaka grabe pala magalit yun. Sabi ko sa buong buhay ko, ngayon ko na nakitang nagalit yun.
Alam mo, Kong Toby, we've seen, 7 presidents post-EDSA, and their ratings go up and down. Pero ang kinakalat kasi ang kumakalat na kwento sa labas kasi parang survival mode na si Presidente yun. Which I do not believe. I do not even believe that he's a lame duck at this point. But what do you think about that? And how do you think the President can recover from yung mga ganitong mga impressions, perception, at yung survey niya? What would you recommend to the President?
Okay. Nung palang eleksyon, di ba, siyempre eleksyon yun, magpapasurvey kami. So often, di ba?
Yes.
Ang nakaka-epekto talaga sa ratings niya noon is si Martin.
Even then?
Yes,
I
even
thought
then.
the Duterte arrest.
No.
So si Martin?
No, prior to the Duterte arrest. Kasi October filing, di ba?
Right.
October ang filing. So October pa lang magpapasurvey na kami. Iba na yung Duterte arrest, di ba? Pero doon pa lang, nakikita na ang nagpapababa sa ratings niya was si
And
Martin.
the President knew about that?
Yes, he knew about it.
So he was an albatross already at that point?
Yun na nga alam mo, mabait talaga So parang...
But you were the campaign manager. How much influence did you have in the running of the campaign?
No, I was just a glorified valet o concierge.
But who was...
Hindi, ganito lang. Ang trabaho ko lang sa campaign is to make sure na okay yung rally sites nila. Mahirap yan because I was there to support their logistical needs. Siguraduhin na pagdating din sa rally na to, maayos yung tent, maayos yung ganito. Yan ang trabaho ko.
At iba-ibang rallies yun.
Kasi hindi ka pwede maging campaign manager technically for a whole slate because they have different messages, di ba?
But interesting. How, you were publicly the campaign manager. How confident, what is your assessment of the result prior to the actual result? Were you, kasi lahat sinasabi, sweep ito ng...
Hindi. I never said sweep.
No, not you. But yung survey, kasi mukhang medyo, you get majority
The description was dream team, yung Senate slate.
Hindi, siyempre, iba naman yung propaganda. It's a propaganda.
Exactly.
Ganito yun It's a propaganda. It's a propaganda that whether you believe or not, you have to say when you are the campaign manager, di ba?
But personally, now that it's over na, in hindsight, ano ba talaga ang feeling mo during the midterm? Were you going to win? Were you confident of winning a majority of the senators?
Hindi, kasi nakita na namin yung trend Nakita na namin na bumababa, di ba? Because of the impeachment. Nakita na namin bumababa, lalo after the arrest. And some people are blaming me na sinasabi na hindi ko daw kasi dinala doon sa Mindanao.
And I hope you don't mind me saying, but people are feeling that you were sour grapes because yung away nyo ni Martin came right after the election results.
I will take a responsibility. No, it's a fair question. I will take responsibility. I never run away from responsibility.
Hindi ka naman naghuhugas ng kamay.
Hindi ako naghuhugas ng kamay, di ba?
I like that.
Okay. Yung sinasabi nila na bakit hindi ko dinala sa Mindanao yung alyansa, kaya daw kami natalo doon. Yung mismong kandidato, ngayon ko lang sasabihin, yung mismong mga kandidato namin, ang nagsasabi, huwag kayang pumunta doon as a team. Parang guerrilla na lang, para huwag makita yung alyansa. Kasi pag namarkahan kang alyansa, i-ex ka agad. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, yung local candidates namin doon, tsaka pa sa probinsya, ang nagsasabi, huwag mo nang dalhin dito.
Gines namin si Lito Banayon. Ang sabi nga niya, you're in survival mode. Do you honestly believe na, are they in survival mode?
No, we're in a difficult situation.
Not yet a survival mode.
It depends what you define as survival. Because you know why it's a difficult situation? Kasi nga, sinasabi ko, yung ibang corruption, iba dito Because dito talaga, we have to admit that the president is put in a situation wherein the assumption of people is that he will protect his cousin. So he is in a position na kailangan niyang patunayan na wala siyang proteksyonan. So kaya ang hirap nung sitwasyon eh. At tapos, yung mga tao nag-iintay pa rin ng big fish na wala pa naman big fish as of today.
Look, Ombudsman Remulla, then Justice Secretary said on December 15, may makukulong. In December 17, I interviewed John Vic Remulla and he said in 10 days, may makukulong. Hanggang ngayon, wala pang nakukulong. So how would you want the flood control issue to end?
Hindi ko alam talaga yung process of investigation, but I understand that they want an airtight case and I have confidence and trust kay Ombudsman Boying Remulla.
But do you think that he will go all the way up to Speaker Martin?
I think so, and I believe so.
Is that something that, and will that kung wala si Speaker Martin is not prosecuted, do you think the people will be satisfied?
No, first of all, they have to show, they have to show more effort in trying to bring back Saldico eh. Kasi hindi naman sapat yung kinansela mo yung passport. After kinansela mo yung passport, ano ginagawa ng mga embassies natin sa ibang bansa? Are they actively trying to find where Saldico is?
On another point, do you think the leadership of Boji is stable?
Yes, it is.
It is.
May mga naiintriga lang doon, pero stable. Stable yung
Wait, let
leadership
me
ni
go
Boji.
back to one thing before I ask you the question. Yung itong si Saldico na nasa abroad, no? Do you think that's a conspiracy between the two? Kasi si Martin will escape liability for as long as Saldico is out of the country.
I would think so. Kasi tignan mo yung kwento ni Saldi, di ba? Pag inisip mo yung kwento, lagi niyang sinasabi, dinudugtong niya, sabi ni Martin, sabi ni Presidente. So laging ganun, di ba? Sabi ni Martin, sabi ni Presidente.
What do you think triggered Saldico to spill the beans?
Siya ang ginagawang fall guy.
Hindi
rin?
Sa tingin ko, maybe he's assured that he wouldn't be found. Maybe he's confident, not assured.
Sa bagay, may passport siya, Portuguese passport eh. But anyway, let me ask another question. We're moving towards 2028. Who do you see as the administration's potential presidential candidate? But before you answer this, the spokes will return after a short break. And the spokes is back still with Congressman Toby Tiangco saying a number of revelations, very, very new to us. But anyway, Congressman Toby, who do you see as the administration's potential presidential candidate for 2028?
No, they'd never ask me this, but my unsolicited advice is not to even think of...
Don't fill the candidate?
Kung ako.
Because you're saying he's not gonna win.
No, not because. Unang-una, yun yung sinasabi ko, hindi siya transferable eh.
Oh.
Tsaka number one yan. Number two, if you think of who you will run in 2028, it's going to distract you from... Ayoko kasing ma-distract eh. Gusto ko maka-recover yung ratings ni BBM by doing what he has to do. Pag nag-isip ka kung sino ang kandidato mo sa 2028, ang isipin mo is ano ang dapat natin gawin para makabuti sa kandidato natin sa 2028.
Pero
ayoko nung isip na ganun. Ang gusto kong isip is, ano ang dapat nating gawin dahil ito ang kailangan ng ating mga kababayan.
And
Ayoko ma-distract eh.
Considering naman na wala ka ng re-election, di ba?
Hindi, considering na
You cannot run anymore sa president.
kahit umakyat ka sa 60%, assuming bumalik ka sa 60% approval rating, kahit mag-endorso ka ng kandidato, kung may mas popular na kandidato at kursunada ng tao,
Hindi mo itatransfer.
yung pa rin ang iboboto eh. So bakit mo iisipin yan?
because in addition to what
I mean,
you're
that's the
saying...
traditional way of doing politics, di ba? Isipin mo kung sino yung ano, pero hindi siya transferable eh. So bakit mo iisipin yung isang bagay na walang kasiguraduhan na mangyayari? Wala tayong control.
Here's the problem with that. No? In addition to what you're saying, in which I fully agree, na dapat na lang improve ang situation ngayon, Sara Duterte is an existential threat to the Marcoses. Eh. Kasi we know that talagang they're polarized enemy na yan. Pag naging presidente si Sara, babalik at babalikan nila ang mga Marcos. So that's why maybe perhaps they're thinking, I need to protect myself after 2020. I need to have a very strong candidate. So
No, but the more you try to protect yourself, it is my
That's
opinion.
correct.
Ha?
Yes, of course.
The more you try to protect yourself, the more you think of politics in 2028, the more you get beholden to politicians the more you dig a deeper hole for yourself.
So assuming that you're able to improve his numbers, so let's say theoretically 60%, when do
Because,
you...
sorry, Sec Edwin, baka malimutan ko lang. Politicians will leave you whenever it's convenient, di ba? So, di ba, bakit mo sila iisipin, di ba? Bakit mo sila
But
iisipin?
assuming
Wala
tumaas
naman.
na ang ano niya, assuming tumaas na, at what point should they be thinking about a candidate for 2028?
Sa akin din,
Wag na.
Sa akin kasi hindi ako, I don't think traditionally eh. Hindi mo kontrolado eh.
Okay.
Hindi mo kontrolado eh, di ba? Tingnan lang natin yan, wag natin isipin yan ngayon. Tingnan natin yan pagdating ng malapit na, tingnan natin kung may chance ba or wala. Di ba? Pero mas importante is ayusin yung pagpatakbo ng gobyerno because yung pagbibigay ng mga kailangang serbisyo ng tao, that is what is going to assure you na after your term, mahal ka pa rin ng tao.
Futuristic question lang. Who do you see among the president's allies ang may balak o may potential na tumakbong presidente?
Hindi ako
Hindi mo rin titignan.
If you're asked, will you be willing to be a campaign manager again?
Hindi na. I
Ayaw
was
na?
not asked during that time.
Pero in
I was
2022,
ordered. I was ordered.
Also 2022.
No, 2022, I was not campaign manager. No,
I thought you were the
2025.
campaign manager.
2025 yun. I was not asked. I was told.
But when 2022, you didn't have any role? I thought
No,
you were...
I didn't have. And doon nga, I even offered to resign early on. Nung hindi na kami nagkakaayos ni Martin, sinabi ko kay Presidente na baka maapektuhan yung mga kandidato natin, ibigay mo na lang to sa iba, wag na ako. Pero hindi siya pumayag eh.
So, in all these things, how's your relationship now still with the president?
I think okay naman. Because the President is very open eh. Mabait siya eh. He respects my decision on things. Minsan nagsasabi lang siya dati ka pa naman pasaway eh.
So, technically speaking,
Yun naman ang sinasabi
sabi
niya.
nyo,
Dati pa naman yung pasaway eh. So, wala namang
sabi nyo
pinagbago.
kung he ordered you to be the
Tsaka
campaign
ba,
manager.
teka muna ha, Edwin, tsaka
Nani,
Sec Nani. Hindi ako natatakot magsabi ng totoo. Dahil wala naman ako ninakaw sa gobyerno. So bakit siya magagalit sa akin? Kung hindi man kami nagkakasundo sa mga ideas, natural lang naman yun eh. There will be times na iba yung pananaw namin eh. Pero wala naman akong ginawa para makasama sa kanya personally eh. So bakit naman siya, yun lang iniisip ko eh. Bakit siya magagalit sa akin? Wala naman akong ginagawang masama sa kanya personally.
Yeah.
Kung hindi man kami nagkakasundo sa ibang bagay, natural lang naman yun eh, di ba?
It's a given fact, malapit ka kay presidente.
Hindi naman.
No, it's a given fact. Malapit ka, he trusts you. Your judgment, your opinion. But parang ito, you were ordered to run the campaign. You are being ordered now to be the next Speaker of the House.
No.
You will defy the President.
Yun hindi talaga.
Yun
I will not accept that.
If
Out
asked,
of
I will not
delicadeza.
serve. That's
No,
what
out of delicadeza. Out of delicadeza. To
Out of
prove
delicadeza.
na I did not do this to get the speakership.
But that's the whole
Okay.
point, asking you to be the speaker because you did not steal, you did not lie. So why not accept the offer of speakership? If you're someone that is...
Hindi, masisira naman yung pagkatao.
bakit naman?
Nasabi ko nang hindi ko tatanggapin yung speaker, tapos tatanggapin ko. Masisira
Ang
yung
aga mo
word of
naman
honor.
nag-no.
Masisira naman yung word of honor ko.
Alam mo, the single biggest problem of the House right now is how to align itself sa national agenda ng Presidente. Kasi alam naman natin yun, yung NEP is the national, is the medium-term development plan. Yung parochial, yung interest ng both houses. I mean, our constituents yun eh. Di ba? So, with this budget...
Hindi, but you have to moderate it, di ba? You have to balance it.
Yes,
What
no.
happened eh.
So, assuming you are the speaker, no, theoretical question. How will you balance or moderate?
Hindi,
Para
ayun na nga,
magtugma yung...
that's also one reason why I don't think I can be speaker eh. Because medyo...
Mabait ka rin?
Hindi, medyo, hindi nga, it's the contrary. Medyo hardcore ako eh. Pag,
Let's agree
medyo-
theoretically
Let's
that
agree
we will
theoretically.
respect his decision.
Just in
medyo idealistic pa ako eh.
Pero
So,
okay, let's say, so you've crossed out being speaker. Would you be considering a higher position like a senator?
No, I'll be 60 in 2028.
Still young.
I'll be 60 in 2028, 30 years in public service. So, I went back to business school 3 years ago.
Okay.
I went back to Harvard Business School in 2022. So, kailangan ko malaking desisyon because kung mag-politician ako, not even for a higher position, basta kung mag-politician pa ako after 60, baka for the rest of my life, politician na ako. So kung gusto kong bumalik sa negosyo, now is the time at 60. Because at least the rest of my life, I'll be a full-time politician. So it's a big decision that I'll have to make.
This is in 2020.
But in 2022, I almost did not run.
Because?
Wala, gusto ko parang gusto kong bumalik sa business nung time na yun.
Oh, okay.
Nung time na yun.
So
there was a time na muntik na akong hindi tumakbo.
oh, okay. Parang,
So malaking decision to. 2028 will be...
Yeah, you know, you know, when you vote for speaker, individual yun eh. Never as a political party, di ba? So when you look at the budget, do you look at it from a party platform or individual interest ang pagtingin sa budget?
Siyempre naintindihan natin na lahat tayo ang titignan natin bilang congressman. Kasi, okay, yan ang dapat maintindihan ng mga manonood eh. Bakit ba ang congressman, pag tinignan yung budget, ang titignan niya, ano yung mapapagawa sa distrito niya? Kasi pagdating ng eleksyon, yun din ang tatanong sa atin ng tao. Ano ba ang napagawa mo? So since alam niya na yun ang itatanong sa kanya ng mga constituents kung ano yung inaipagawa mo, pag tinignan niya yung budget, titignan niya doon kung ano yung maipapagawa niya para sa mga constituents
Kasi nakakaawa naman
Kailangan lang balansehin. Kaya nga nandiyan yung Senate para magbalanse, di ba? Lagi naman kahit naman doon sa local bills, di ba? Kaya nagbabalanse yan
you've been so many years in politics. Now that we're nearing 2020, I know that you don't have any preference for anyone, but sa tingin mo ba sino may laban sa presidentiable in 2028? I mean, just...
Hindi natin alam kung sino-sino pa ibang lulutang na kandidato, di ba? And in the recent past, di ba, yung mga hindi mo iniisip 2 years ago na magiging presidente, yun ang mga lumalabas.
Toby, you're a member of this Congress. If you decide to retire at age 60, how would you like to see, or how would you describe this Congress that we're in the last 10 years? Na medyo ang daming corruption issues na.
Hindi naman last 10 years because it was, honestly, nung unang pasok ko dyan, nung 2010 to 2016, okay pa naman Dito lang ako nagulat talaga nung pagbalik ko nung 2022 2010 to 2019 was
okay.
Was
You don't have any presidentiable in mind, but how would you like a new president to be? Anong katangian niya na dapat meron siya para maiayos ulit ang Pilipinas?
Assuming, it's based on the assumption na hindi pa tapos lahat itong kasong to. Dapat talaga mapanagot lahat ng mga para ipakita na talagang hindi pa pwede itong mangyari ulit. Sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas.
So dapat may makulong talaga.
Tsaka I want a president who will stand strongly against this issue of corruption. Yun ang magiging number one.
One last question.
Ano
naman tingin ng mga kapwa natin congressman sa'yo? Considering that you're very vocal about the corruption issue. Ano ang tingin nila sa'yo? Parya? Kaibigan pa rin?
Alam mo, iba, hindi mo masabi. Pero ako naman, I don't look at it that way kasi hindi ko naman sila botante.
Tama yun.
Bakit ko naman iisipin? Bakit ko naman iisipin kung ano tingin nila sa akin? Hindi ko naman sila botante. Kahit magalit silang 318 sa akin kahit silang 317 magalit sa akin, hindi naman sila boboto sa akin.
That's the best answer na narinig ko in my entire political life.
Hindi, totoo naman.
Yes!
Bilib na bilib sa'yo ang floor din namin, si Eileen. Talagang
Ay, nako. Galing.
That's a very good point. I'm answerable to no one except to my constituents.
Yeah. You're answerable to the constituents.
Doon ako dapat managot sa constituent ko, hindi naman doon sa katabi ko sa Kongreso.
Kaya pala hindi ka matalo-talo.
Hindi.
No, really. I mean, that kind of mindset. Di ba? Malaking bagay yun. Di ba? Yung constituent na titingnan.
Okay. Anyway, Toby, we ran out of time, but we wish you, you're coming to your 60 years. So I hope you make the right decision.
Yes, thank you.
and today's the first day of session, so hopefully you'll continue to be a contributor and an asset to the Congress. No? So,
And to the people.
and to
of
the people
Republic
and
of
to
the
your
Philippines.
constituents. We wish you
Thank
well.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. And so today, this wraps
Thank
up
you.
our
Ay, boss.
episode of The Spokes. For now,
Thank you.
don't settle for just one side of the story.
Because every issue has two perspectives, and the truth may be somewhere in between.
I'm former Cabinet Secretary Edwin Lacierda,
Nani Braganza po, Cabinet Secretary during PGM's time.
and we are
The Spokes.